Hey guys, what's going on? Coach Tim here with another video. And this one is a little different from what I normally would do, but I want to talk to you guys about a few principles when it comes down to running the beast formation. And I have 6 don'ts that you need to go by if you're considering running this formation either this year or next year. And a lot of coaches make major mistakes with running this formation. And so hopefully I can help you guys avoid a lot of the mistakes that I made, and also just come up with some ideas of your own when it comes down to running the beast formation or the tank formation. All right, so here we go. So one of the big don'ts that I have is you don't want to overcomplicate this formation. And I preach this all the time, guys. Listen, the beast formation is a numbers dominant power formation. It's designed to beat up on teams with your numbers and with your power, okay? If you have speed, that's icing on the cake for you, okay? So a lot of coaches, when they're putting this formation together, their mindset is, okay, so do you have any reverses? You know, how many counters do you have? And, you know, for me personally, I have counters and I have reverses in other formations, but the beast formation is not designed to trick anybody. It's designed to beat up and dare teams to beat you. And remember, guys, we're playing on the youth level. So at the end of the day, 3 kids blocking 1 kid, even if the kid, a stud, is better than, you know, one-on-one blocking. So you got to think about, guys, numbers are powerful. Numbers is the superpower of the beast formation, okay? Remember that. Number 2, you don't want to underestimate your team, okay? Now, this is a big one that I get a lot. I get a lot of coaches asking me, okay, what do you do if you don't have a super talented team? You may have only one, you know, real all-star player or stud player, and everybody else is pretty average or subpar. Hey, the beast formation is perfect if you have an average team because you can control the clock with the beast formation. Again, you can use numbers. It's just like ants, right? You get a bunch of ants together on one thing, that one big thing becomes prey. So you can use the beast formation with a bunch of average players to really dominate. And also, guys, listen, and I'm kind of getting ahead of myself when I talk about this. You can put your best player on the line, okay, to block some of the better linebackers in the league and put an average quarterback to run the ball. And they can be equally as effective if you're coaching them how to hit their running lanes and follow their blocks. So that's the beauty of this formation. You don't have to have a super great team with 6 all-stars or with 4 studs or anything like that. You can have an average team and win a lot of games and dominate a lot of teams out of this formation. Number 3, don't beat yourself, okay? Listen, guys, you don't want to outsmart yourself and think, okay, well, we're dominating this team. You know, now let me do other formations. Let me try this. And you start throwing, the ball and throwing interceptions. And you start doing stuff to get turnovers. You don't want to do that. Guys, I won 3 games last year, well over 40 points, only running 3 plays out of the beast formation, okay? When you find out what works in the beast formation against whatever team you playing, keep running that play until they stop it. I mean, we was playing 3rd game of the year. We was playing a team where they couldn't stop us to the right side. They wouldn't adjust. So guess what we did? We just kept running to the right side, scoring every time we got the ball. So you don't want to overcomplicate things. If you're scoring, you know, you play to win the game, right? So if you're scoring, running a power play to the right or a power play to the left or a wedge play, keep running it until they stop you. And if they adjust, that's when you can adjust and counter. Okay, guys, so don't beat yourself trying to do all the, the fancy stuff if you're dominating in this formation. All right, number 4, you don't want to undertrain your players. And let me tell you what I mean by that. guys, I train my players to be very strong and very conditioned with a lot of core strength. So my boys do a lot of strongman training. I mean, they're carrying 75-pound bags 60 yards and they're squatting them and they're coming back. We do a lot of like different power exercises. We do a lot of explosion exercises. And I coach 11 and 12-year-olds. We do a lot of those exercises because when you're running the beast and you're running with so much power and numbers, and then you train your kids to be super strong and powerful, you really become unstoppable. So I don't do a lot of the traditional coaching methods in terms of strength and conditioning. I train my kids in a strong man regimen. I make sure that, they don't have too much weight on them, but I mix a moderate amount of weight with a lot of endurance training. And what that does is it builds a lot of core strength and a lot of explosive power with the kids. So take advantage of that. You don't want to just do the average stuff if you want to run the beast formation. Take advantage of the numbers by making your kids stronger. And then even with your quarterbacks, man, let's say a linebacker try to tackle your quarterback. Your quarterback have so much core strength and lower body strength that they'll be hard to take down. And your team will be extremely hard to beat. I tell anybody, the secret sauce to me running the beast formation was my training regimen, guys. It was how I trained my boys. They wasn't average. They was faster. They was stronger. They had better IQ. And that all goes into the details of training my guys and preparing them to play football on game day. All right, guys. So number 5, don't be afraid to use multiple backs. Okay, guys. So for me personally, I ran all of my running backs. Okay, I had 4 running backs, of course, that was in our base system. I don't just use one guy. I use all 4 guys. If we're leading a game, I'm going to throw in another 4 guys. So I had like 8 running backs that I can use at any given time. And we train our running backs on a rigorous level. So if you have average running backs, you can run the beast formation. So guys, don't make the youth coach mistake of just running your best player, okay? I see it all the time. Don't just run your quarterback or your running back. Run all 4. Give defenses different looks, different speeds. Even if you got players that's not that good, as a coach, that's your responsibility to train your guys to be prepared to play in in-game situations. If you got kids who can run the ball, teach them. Teach them how to read their running lanes, follow their blocks, understand what's going on. So you can be able to show multiple levels. That's one of my advantages. I run 4 guys in the game. I use power, I use speed, I use agility, I use both. And it becomes real difficult and it becomes a real tough 1 hour to deal with me in a game because I'm going to give you hell. So don't make that mistake of just running 1 player or 2 players, all right? All right, the last thing, don't be afraid to ask questions, guys. Listen, I've learned from so many coaches about the beast formation. I do a lot of double wing stuff. I do a lot of spread stuff. Don't be afraid to ask different coaches about any formation you want to run. When it comes down to the beast, don't be afraid to ask other coaches who run it. Don't be afraid to do your own research about it. And don't be afraid to make it your own, okay? I've learned a lot from different people who talk about the beast. One come to my mind, Steve Parker, Coach Steve Parker, shout out to him. I learned a lot from him. But guess what? I made a lot of stuff my own because of the way my team is. And so don't be afraid to learn. Take what I'm teaching and make it your own in your program. Like one thing about us in our beast formation, I do a lot of different blocking schemes I do a lot of zone stuff. I do a lot of personnel switches. So I do a lot of different things that is not typical, So just wanted to definitely say that. So guys, that's it for this video. If you got value out of this video, please do me a solid and subscribe to my channel, guys. I really appreciate it. You'll be doing me a big favor in doing that. Also, like this And when you do subscribe, hit the notification button just so you can know when I post again. YouTube algorithm loves that, and I would really appreciate it as well. All right, guys, this is Coach Tim here with Youth Football Strategies. Y'all have a great day and be safe. All right, peace.